you keep a secret? Because I'm about to give you access to life-changing information. Hello there, Emmanuel here. I want to show you how much profit you can make from gold. Could this be where fintech apps and banks invest some of your money? Please pay attention to this video, because you won't find this organized information on the internet I'm about to show you right now. When it comes to investment, the popular options people look at in Nigeria are treasury bills, fixed deposits, mutual funds, fintech saving apps. I mean those apps that allow you to save and you earn interest per annum, in 1 year, or loan apps that offers some sort of percentage interest or profit when you leave your capital with them, right? These are what people consider as safe when it comes to investing in Nigeria and even beyond. Why is this so? There's this misconception around trading, that trading is very risky, and when you go into trading you're going to lose your first capital to the market. Have you ever had a similar experience? Have you lost your capital before in trading? Let me know in the comment section. I would like to hear from you. But what if I tell you that I found a solution to that problem of losing your capital to the market continuously? So before we talk about it, let me tell you what this video is about. So I'm going to show you what the big guys, what these apps do not want you to know, the information they've given you, they've limited your access to. And then I'm going to show you the hard ways that you can trade gold, and then I'm going to show you at the end of the video the smart way that you can go about trading gold. And then I will let you decide if you are going to go for the traditional way of investing, if you are going to go for the hard way, or you are going to pick the smart way of trading gold. So make sure you pay attention until the end of this video. So at the start of the video, I mentioned the popular ways that people look at when it comes to investing in Nigeria. Let's take a closer look at these options. I asked ChatGPT to analyze each of these options for me using the search feature so that we can get up-to-date information. As you can see here, the research that was done across 18 sources. So I asked this to estimate, based on real data, how much profit investors earn on treasury bills and also on mutual funds. So you can see here that for a 3 month period, quarterly, people get an average of 19%. Then per annum it can be around 23.5%, or on the average 21%. And then when it comes to mutual funds, people get around 20.58%, 22.45%, 23.60%, or on the higher end 25%. How about on fixed deposits? I also made that research. So on the average, the research shows that it is between 1% to 16%, or between 6% and 12%, or on the average maybe 9.31% per annum. Like after waiting for a whole year, this is what is attainable from fixed deposits. Then on fintech apps, right, take note, we're not targeting any app through this video. We're just trying to get a summary. We're heading somewhere. It can be between 8.75 to 26% per annum, or between 10 and 22%, or on the average 15%. So notice how all of these values are under 30% per annum, right? So what if I tell you that there's a way that you can invest in the financial market, or take part in the financial market, and get up to 3 times to 6 times of these values that you are seeing here without stress, right? Without even lifting a finger. So pay attention to this video. I'll be talking about that as we go about this video. So before we proceed, this video is not for everybody. Please, if you are used to Ponzi schemes, if you are used to high yield investment platforms, then thank you for watching up to this point. You can stop the video from here and continue your daily activities. But if you are a young person or an old person who is intentional about their financial growth, or you are trying to build a future proof portfolio, or you are trying to seek time freedom, doing something that allows you time to go about to daily activities while your money works for you, or you are trying to beat the current inflation in the country, then you should pay attention to this video, because I have some valuable information to share with you from here. So before we go deeper about gold, I would like to introduce you to the commodity market, because therein lies the answer to our question. So what is the commodity market? It's very simple. It's a market where people trade real life assets. Now these assets could be livestock like plants and animals. It could also be precious metals like silver or gold. So for the sake of this video, we'll be focusing on gold. Now, why are we focusing on gold? Why gold? Why did we pick gold? Why not livestock or other stuff? Gold has excellent physical properties. It has good conductivity. It has good workability, which allows us to make it into fine finished products like jewelries and other stuff, right? Gold is also resistant to tarnish. It does not deface easily. It does not corrode easily. Aside from that, gold holds its value and appreciates in value over time. If you invest into gold, the chances of you, keeping your portfolio balanced and even growing it is very high, because of the value that gold has. So gold is a very great tool for diversifying your portfolio. Now, what are the common ways that people trade gold? I'll walk you through some of them. Please pay full attention if you have not been paying attention before. This is a financial course that I'm giving out to you guys for free. So one of the common ways that people trade gold is through physical trading. How does this work? You own the gold bar, what you can buy or what you can see and touch, right? People own gold bars and then they allow it to appreciate in value and then they trade them. So the benefit is that when you own the gold bar, you know that you can see what you are investing your money into. There's nobody tells you any story that you have a gold bar somewhere and then you cannot see it. You see it with your own eyes. But then it comes with cost. Storage can be expensive. There are also risk of you owning a gold bar. People are aware of that. It comes with risk. And then there's also this difficulty of not everyone has access to the right markets to sell them when they need to sell them, so it can be difficult to resell. Another way of trading gold is through ETF trading. ETF means exchange traded fund. Now ETF, for the sake of everyone to understand, for those who do not have much of a financial background, an ETF, let's use a bread to illustrate it. Let's say we have a loaf of bread. A loaf of bread is worth a particular amount, but not everyone can afford to buy the whole loaf. So what they do is they buy a slice of the bread instead of buying the whole loaf. Now, if the price of bread increases and you have a single slice, what do you have? You still have bread, right? Yes. So if the price of the loaf of bread increases, then that single slice of bread that you have will also increase, right? So it's a way of investing in gold in bits without necessarily buying a whole lump sum or having a whole bar, right? So that's the way that people invest in gold in the stock market. So they own a tiny piece of gold in the stock market. Now the benefit is that it's easier to buy and sell, and it allows access to a diversified portfolio. Buying bits of this, buying bits of that gives you diversified access. Another way that people trade gold is through CFDs. CFD means contract for difference. In simple terms, what people do on their MetaTrader 4 or on many other exchanges, that's CFD trading. Now what is CFD trading is? It's a contract between you and your broker that allows you to trade gold without particularly owning the real gold assets. What you do is you trace the price difference. So let's say gold is at 2000 USD and you speculate that gold is going to increase in value or depreciate in value. You make profits off the price difference from the point you took the trade and the time you exit the market. So if you enter the market as 2000 and the market rises to 2200 and you actually bought gold, take note, you can speculate for gold to increase or for the value to decrease. So you can go long or go short, you can buy or sell. So if you speculate in the right direction and it moves that way for you, then your broker gives you profit off the price difference from the time you entered the market and the time you exited the market. That's CFD trading for you. You make profits both when gold is rising and when it is falling in price, right? But it comes with risk, like we mentioned. If you speculate wrongly, then the potential of losing your capital is there. And the last thing we will talk about is futures trading. What is futures trading? Futures trading is an agreement to transact gold at a set price on a future date. So let's say you have the gold bars and you plan to sell them by October, but you are not sure what the price of gold is going to be like in October. So you make a contract, a futures contract with someone who is going to buy the gold from you by October, and then you guys agree on a price that by October, let's say gold is currently worth 2000. Maybe by October you say you're going to sell it goes to the buyer at 2200. Now what if by October gold increases to 3000? Well, you're still going to sell it as 2200 because that's the price you agreed in your futures contract. Now what if the price of gold drops to maybe 15 before October? Well, that's your benefit. So you see that it goes either way, right? So that's futures trading for you. Now these options that I have mentioned, there's something you may have noticed about them. They all require some things, right? They have some things in common. You need time and you need experience to be able to take part in them. In fact, you also need access. So not everyone has the time to sit behind the charts and analyze the market. Not everyone has the experience to, even if they have the time. I mean, that is why people lose their capital in the financial markets. And then for those who may even have the time, not everyone has access to the right places to take part in some of these methods of trading gold. So then what is the solution? Well, that is the purpose of this video. Now what if I tell you there is a platform that solves all of these problems I mentioned earlier? Time, experience and access. Yeah, how do they solve this problem? They are portfolio managers. Yeah, you provide them the portfolio and they manage the portfolio for you at minimal to no risk. So they trade on behalf of businesses, firms, companies and individuals. So these individuals provide them with their portfolio and then their experienced traders manage the trades on their behalf. Take note, this is not an investment platform or one of those sites that claim to offer trading or offer you signals and then they take your money to do whatever you wish with it. No, these guys are actually real traders who are experienced, disciplined, and they do their trading through a special strategy called hedging. That is, their trades are backed with real life assets. Right now, this platform is no other platform than GFTAVA. Let me take you quickly to their website. This is GFTAVA. As you can see, the first ever digital derivative hedged with real gold bars, fully authorized by the FSC to trade financial products. Now this brings me back to a point I left out on this slide. So it says they are responsible traders with risk managed strategies, and then you can see here that they are different from local account managers. There are these guys that we see on Telegram groups or on WhatsApp, Facebook. They call themselves account managers. Then they charge you a particular fee monthly, maybe $200, $500, $1,000, depending on how big their followers are. And then after charging you that amount, the funny part is they are still going to split your profit with you. So some of them will tell you, I take 50% of the profits and you take 50% of the profits, or some will take 60, you take 40, just like that. Now these guys do not even have accountability. When they trade and the trade does not go well and they end up blowing your account, they tell you that it is because you put pressure on them, or the market does not always favor you, and then that's the end. No accountability. But then, as we see from here, it says these guys, they are disciplined traders, and also they are fully authorized by the FSC. They do not carry out irresponsible trades. Their traders are disciplined, right? So we'll talk about their track record. I want to show you quickly one of their trader. When I say their traders have experience, I know what I'm saying. So you can search for this guy. I know he's one of their traders. Uche Paragon is one of their portfolio managers that trades on their behalf. You can see here in his bio, portfolio manager. You can type his name on Google, and you'll get to see more about him. There are also others. I'm going to link a video to one of their training sessions on GFTAVA, where you get to see other members of their team. And then the good part about this platform is that the facilitators of this platform, some of them, they have worked with the SEC before, right? So they really have experience when it comes to finance. Some of them in the past, they've also worked with the commodity exchanges, and this platform is not just a Nigerian platform. Now, when I say they offer trading with minimal to no risk, this is what I'm talking about. You can see here that it says up to 20% hedging. So do not expose all of your portfolio to a trade, which is the mistake that many new traders or some of these so-called account managers do. They do not expose all of your portfolio to a trade, and even what they expose what is hedged. Now, what does this mean for something to be hedged? It means that whatever the trade is backed by real life assets, right? So it helps to minimize the possibility of risk. And then this platform is a global platform. It's not just a Nigerian platform. From the name alone, you can tell GFTAVA. What does the AVA in their name stands for? Well, they are partners with AVA Trade. So AVA Trade is a broker that has been existing since 2006, and it runs in over 150 countries globally. So that tells you how big this platform is, right? So I'm going to show you quickly a video where the senior business development official of AVA Trade was talking about GFTAVA. So you know that when I say they have partnership with GFTAVA, I'm actually saying the correct thing. So take note of the name and also the person here. You've seen his bio and who he is. Now let's head over to YouTube. So this is a training session that AVA Trade set up. You can see the Uche Paragon I just showed you guys on LinkedIn. This is him, and then this is sorry, the name, I think that's Alan. Yeah, Alan. So pay attention to this video
and the platforms that we have, and of course that I appreciate the coordination between GFT and AVA, where you are spreading the knowledge in your region. Knowledge is very important. We'll show you what the broker we have. I guess GFT and AVA Trade, they complete each other in terms of AVA Trade is able to offer the technology, is able to offer the platforms, but as a regulated broker, we cannot offer signals or market analysis. So this gap, I guess, is being done by GFT. Okay, I'm not gonna take too much from your time. Let me share the presentation. Try to make it somehow quick.
So you heard that from his mouth. I'm also going to link this video in the description of this video. Like, I'm going to add a link to this video so you can watch the whole session. You can see. So you've heard directly from the senior vice president of business development of AVA Trade that AVA Trade and GFTAVA, they are in a partnership. So this makes it to be available globally, and this also ensures regulation. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, this allows the users of GFTAVA, let me put it that way, to be able to create an account either directly on this platform, GFTAVA.com, register, or you can create your account through AvaTrade, and then they do internal link up for there, and they still have access to your portfolio. Yeah, if you are signing up for portfolio management on GFTAVA, so you can deposit through AvaTrade or deposit directly through their website. That's to show you how tight everything is on their platform. And you can see here too that the potential profit is 25 to 50% annually. In the financial market, past performance does not guarantee future results, right? And then in this video I mentioned 120%. So even though they mentioned 25 to 50%, you see that's the difference between an investment and a portfolio management service. An investment will tell you that we're going to give you 5%, and then if they make more than 5%, then the other profits belongs to them, right? But last year GFTAVA was able to do up to 120%, which far exceeded these values here, right? And that was at the win of their clients. So, and then this year they've done around 30% already, as you can see here from my slide. So imagine what you get per annum from most of these apps, from treasury bills, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and these fintech apps. What you get after waiting for a whole year, people on GFTAVA, they've gotten it already in just this start of the second quarter of the year. So how cool is that, right? So you see that this is one of the ways in which these platforms invest your money, and then they give you just peanuts or a fraction of it at the end of the year. So I'm giving you access now to a direct source where you can get started and then get them to manage your portfolio for you directly. So the question is, can we trust GFTAVA? Why should we trust them? Well, we've gone through most of these points already. We can see that they operate through a global regulated broker, AvaTrade, which you can easily search for. In fact, you'll find more information if you watch the video. I said I was going to link the video with the business development manager, so check the video description. I'm going to link that video so you get to watch the whole session, and also you can do your own research. And also they offer multiple deposit options, but please take note, while they offer multiple deposit options, the hedging that I mentioned, when I say hedging, I mean I mentioned that they offer hedging, that is their trades are backed up by real life really good assets. Hedging is available only when you deposit through GFTAVA on their website, not through AvaTrade. Why? Remember we said hedging is backing up with real life assets, right? So when you deposit through AvaTrade, well, hedging cannot be made available for you. But then nobody decides how you deposit your money. It doesn't really make it doesn't make much of a difference. The traders are disciplined and well experienced. And then the platform is globally recognized and it is regulated across several regions. So this platform is not a Nigerian platform, it is a global platform. So that is the benefits that you get when you register for GFTAVA. Now, how can you get started on GFTAVA, and who is this designed for? So this is designed for everybody. If you need time freedom, if you have little trading experience, if you have an extensive trading experience and you need time, if you've been a victim of schemes in the past, if you are looking for how to grow and diversify your portfolio, then this is something that you want to take a look at. To get started, all you have to do is head over to their website, GFTAVA.com, as you can see, then click on register. Once you register, you can create an account, and then when you log in, you get access to your membership area. Now, what is the commitment fee, and what are the charges that are involved in this platform? Well, there's no fee, there are no fees. All you have to do is get your portfolio ready with an account size of 20,000 USD. But if you are coming from my platform, you can let them know if you do not have up to this 20,000 USD. You can discuss with them and they can work around 10,000 USD for you for a start. So to get started, scroll down to the bottom of this website. Like I said before, you can register, or if you have more questions, you can reach out to them on their WhatsApp number here. I just highlighted it, or you can send them an email. This is their official support email address, right? So you can send them a mail or reach out to them on WhatsApp. Or if you have any question, you can still reach out to me, but I think they are in a better position to answer all of your questions. But if you need any assistance from me regarding this process, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to assist you. I also need to mention too that they charge a 5% performance fee from the interest that you get in your account. So imagine how small that is. 5% out of all the profits that you get to make, they take just 5%, unlike those local account managers that take up to 40% to 60% of the profits that they trade without regulation. So that's all I have for you concerning GFTAVA. If you have any question, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer them or to link you back to their support if it's something that I cannot answer. So see you guys on the next one.